Kia ora, Kiwi Culture here and welcome to episode 49, the hit on Te Rauparaha. My main source is the well-researched essay by Kay Hayward on the Te Horowhenua website. I put links to all my sources below. You know, often when studying the Muscat Wars, I often think the interaction between iwi have parallels with the Italian mafia. Hence the title of this episode. Okay, so after the Battle of Motunui, November 1821, Te Rauparaha visits the Ngati Rokawa at Mangatauteri, Te Arawa in Rotorua, and Taranaki in Turanga. He takes Te Hiakai's head. He wants these tribes to join him in his migration south from Taranaki into the Horowhenua. At this stage, none are willing to join him. Ngati Tama, Ngati Mutuna and Te Atiawa provide sections of their population to join his Ngati Toa for this migration south. 2,500 men, women and children set off, probably around late May 1822. This migration becomes known as Te Heke Tātaramoa. In 1819, Te Rauparaha followed a similar route, but then it was with Tamati, Wakanine and Patuoni on a combined Ngati Toa Ngā Pui campaign. They had wreaked havoc amongst the tribes that now, 2 years later, they would journey through. Te Rauparaha must have sent emissaries ahead in previous months advising that he was coming through their rohe, but this time in peace. Te Rauparaha's second in command is his nephew, Tarangi Haiata. In the 1819 campaign, a high-born Ngati Apa woman, Te Pikina, had been captured. Tarangi Haiata marries her, a very fortuitous event in regards to this heke. Of course, once the heke begins, the news travels quickly through the various iwi whose roe it will have to cross. So let's take a quick look at the lay of the land. We have the Ngārauru here, Whanganui, the Ngati Apa. Around the Manawatu River we have the Rangatani, and in the Horowhenua the Muaūpoko. And here we have the Ngati Ira. The destination is the Horowhenua, the rohe of the Muaūpoko, having 2,500 uninvited permanent guests of proven military prowess, armed, albeit with a small number of muskets, is daunting. The iwi to the north, Rangatani, Ngati Apa and Whanganui are also concerned, although the presence of the heke in their rohe will be temporary. No one is happy about this migration. All it takes is for one chief to voice the fear that all are thinking for things to happen. Te Rangi Hoku of Ngati Apa is that chief. With gathering support for action, he suggests a meeting on Kapiti to discuss everyone's fears. He believes that Te Rauparaha has designed specifically on the island of Kapiti. About the same time that the heke reaches Whanganui, over 100 chiefs from Whanganui, Manawatu, Horowhenua meet in secret on Kapiti, hosted by Muaūpoko. The migration and Te Rauparaha's intentions are discussed in detail. Although many believe the heke comes in peace, most believe that this peace will not last. Te Rauparaha is too ambitious. At some stage, an inevitable take will arise from him to change from peace to war. This moment will come when he considers himself strong enough. Letting him get to that moment will be fatal. Te Rangihiwinui of Muaūpoko proposes that Te Rauparaha be killed and without delay. The Waitangi of Whanganui agrees, saying Te Rauparaha should be killed lest our island Kapiti be taken by him. If he lives, our lands will go. He then thrusts his lance into the ground as a sign of his wish to kill Te Rauparaha. By the end of the hui, all 4 tribes agree to his assassination. The heke does some wintering over in Waitotara before being escorted through Ngati Aparohe by Te Pikina's whānau. The heke encounters a few issues on their journey, the main one being the killing and eating of a highborn Muaūpoko woman, this being utu for Ngati Taua losing some canoes they had appropriated at Waitotara. This provides a take for Te Rauparaha's killing. It is now around late September 1822 and the heke enters the Horowhenua, Muaūpoko territory. An invitation is sent from Lake Horowhenua, the main base of Muaūpoko. The invitation is for Te Rauparaha to settle in a pā that they have readied for him. Its name is Pā Te Rauparaha and is on the flat next to the Waikawa River. Te Rauparaha has been expecting this invitation and welcomes it. As he passes through the Muaūpoko rohe, he is welcomed at many places before finally arriving at his new home. The area around Pā Te Rauparaha is excellent. Plenty of land for cultivation and well sheltered from the prevailing winds. The stream and small lagoons teem with fish and eels. The sea is 1.5 kilometres away. He is well satisfied. As the heke settles into the new home, the conspirators become aware that canoes are highly desired by Te Rauparaha to fulfil his ambition in Waipunamu. Toheriri, the Muaūpoko chief of the pā on the island at Lake Papaitonga, is tasked with setting up the assassination. Not long after settling into their new home, Te Rauparaha receives an invitation from Toheriri to a welcoming feast. There is an intimation that a gift of a canoe will be made. Te Rauparaha is faced with a problem. For such a gift, there needs to be reciprocity. He has a large piece of pounamu that he'll use for this. The invitation is accepted. Such feasts usually cover a few days. Toheriri begins preparation. As the date draws closer, it's said that Te Rauparaha is warned about the danger. Taranaki Hayata is said to warn his uncle that he will be killed. One account has it via rumours coming from his wife's people, the Ngati Apa. Others, that Taranaki Hayata has dreams, or he's developed a body twitch that he interprets as an ill omen. Haywood mentions that Taranaki Hayata would often make prophecies. That didn't eventuate. Anyway, Te Rauparaha must have dismissed everything. If he had any suspicions, he would have taken a bigger party than the 20 or so that accompanied him, and would have left his immediate and extended family out of the group. Definitely, at this stage, he is wanting to be a good and appreciative neighbour. The journey from Pā Te Rauparaha to Papaitonga takes 2 hours. The days of feasting on eels is going extremely well and the atmosphere is welcoming. At some stage, the feasting moves from Papaitonga to Tewi, a kainga on the northern side of the Ohau River. It is said by Percy Smith to be between Papaitonga and John Keeble's homestead. The Keeble homestead in 1890 was around here. I have placed Tewi here. Arcsite shows a midden here. Not conclusive at all, but it'll do. If anyone has more accurate info, then please put something in the comments below. It is understood that the giving of gifts will occur on the final morning of the feast. On the day prior, a messenger is sent from Tewi to Te Rauparaha and Papa i Tonga to advise them that the hit on Te Rauparaha must occur before the morning. Perhaps Te Rauparaha senses some change in his hosts as the assassination gets closer. We don't really know. Sometimes you get that tightness in your stomach that's trying to tell you something. Anyway, he becomes more wary. According to Haywood, a force of around 800 warriors, mainly from Muaūpoko, but some from Ngati Apa, Rangatani and Whanganui, assemble, then leave Papa i Tonga in the dark. Sounds like an extraordinary number of people. Anyway, they reach the area here and stop and make their final plans. One group wants to wait till dawn. The other wants to attack at midnight. It is decided to attack at midnight. Toherere and Te Rauparaha are asleep in Toherere's whare at the southern end of the kāinga. Te Rauparaha's party is spread throughout the kāinga. The attack begins at the northern end. It begins in silence, but identifying those to be killed and killing them requires a certain noise. Then fighting begins at the northern end of the camp. Toherere gets up and leaves the whare, probably to direct the warriors to his whare. But now Te Rauparaha is awake and on high alert. He sneaks out of the whare. He quickly assesses events. The numbers against him are huge. His ability to save anyone is zero. His only option is escape, and thereafter seek utu for the treachery unfolding before him. By the time the hit squad gets to Toherere's whare, their prey is gone. Apart from himself, a nephew, and a daughter who will be enslaved, all the rest of Te Rauparaha's party is killed. This includes his son, Te Rangihunarere, his daughters Tuuira and Puaka, plus others very close to him. This rather naive and botched assassination will play out extremely badly for Muaūpoko, Rangatani, and even Ngati Apa in the years to come. Any hope of peace for the region is gone. The dogs of war are set loose. I shall finish with a quote from Haywood's essay. It is unlikely that Muaūpoko and their allies were aware of the forces they were unleashing by bungling their assassination attempt that night. If they had succeeded, the whole of the subsequent history of central New Zealand might have been very different. Well, of that there is no doubt. Now, before signing off, I would like to give a huge thank you to Justin and Ngāwai Smith for their assistance in helping me with my Māori pronunciation. Hopefully you've noticed a difference. However, I am still a work in progress. So, take it easy, stay safe out there. Hei ko nā, catch you later.